Going back into the film room on this Friday, we're getting set to watch Game 3 of North Alabama's 4-game series against Ohio University on the baseball diamond. We're watching it with UNA head baseball coach Mike Keene. And, Coach, a 6-3 win in this ball game. You guys had dropped the first 2 of the 4-game series. What do you remember heading into this game number 3?
Well, when you're in that situation there, we'd already obviously lost those 2 games. That's not something you want to be in that position. So it's almost like a kind of a must-win game because you're trying to salvage a 4-game set. And obviously now we need to get the win so we can maybe get a split. So there was a lot of pressure coming into it. And like I said, we felt going into it, we had a good opportunity to win those games. And you got to give Ohio credit. They came in and they basically outplayed us the first couple games. And we knew we were going to be in for a tough battle, but we really needed this win. And you're giving Chase Best the start coming off the injury. So, a lot of uncertainties when the first 2 guys were the ones kind of the experience coming back pitching. So now you're putting it kind of in the hands of a guy that have a lot of high expectations for, but he still hasn't had near those outings. It's been a long time since he's been on the mound. So a lot of things that unknowns that we knew, but it ended up working out, and our guys competed extremely well.
Let's jump into the 6-3 win for North Alabama. Coach, you just touched on it. Chase Best making his first start since getting injured last season in March. And early on, he's going to have a scary moment in the first inning. But what were the jitters like for him entering this game?
I'm sure he had some. I think anytime you have your first game, you're going to have a little anxiousness. For him, I think it was even more because he had worked so hard to get back into there. He's had some really good scrimmage outings. So we felt he was definitely ready. But it's different when someone else has on that other uniform than going against your players. So I know he was really looking forward to it, really excited about getting on the mound. And we were too, because we've seen so many good things on him in the scrimmages and led up to this point. And we knew down the stretch that he was going to be very important for us to try to have some success. But like you said, it didn't start off the way you thought it would. And I was really scared right there, to be honest with you. That guy hits a bullet, and you have no idea where it hits. You don't know if it hit him, could have caught him in the stomach. We're afraid it caught him in the arm. Well, then you got the risk of a break. And fortunately for us, it didn't. But I got to give him great credit because you can see coming out here to get hit that hard, to have that stall, come back in and get that pitch and to get that double play ball. And obviously the infield did a good job with Throneberry and Miranda throwing that. But, Chase is coming out throwing strikes. And I think that's one of the things that we asked him to do. And our defense was good all year. And there you see Kevin making a really nice play on that one. The ball was hit hard. Great jump on the ball, goes back to the fence and made that play look easy, which it's not. But, you get out of that first inning with a little scare with no runs and did a great job. And then, like I said here, we've been struggling to get on the board. Kevin kind of gets a pitch and kind of inside outs it, goes the other way, able to sneak it in through the line. Good hustle. We get a lead guy, and we get a lead guy double on, and finally got some things going right away. And so we're kind of excited about having runner scoring position, to be honest with you.
Kevin Bruning went 7 for 15 in the series on the weekend, the leadoff double. He's going to move over to third right here. There's going to be a walk to put 2 on. And one of the things you talk about a lot, Coach, is capitalizing when you get guys on. And here in the first inning, you guys were able to do it. We're going to see Ben Kiefer step up to the plate here in a second.
Yeah, and going into the scouting report here, this guy, the numbers, and it's early in the season, but he did have some control issues. So we were trying to be real patient and get some guys, so we get a walk and, get able to move up. Brenny moves up over on the ball, hustling up on there, get to third. So we're first and third. And now we got Kiefer, who's been, last year led us in hitting, but there's just a really good job. That's vintage Kiefer right there. Doesn't try to do too much, stays inside the baseball, gets that barrel to the ball and able to shoot it down the line and hustles and gets a double on it and gets us on the board and really get some confidence and get some momentum into it because we've really been struggling there. And it was good to see Ben step up because even going into that, he was the most productive guy that we had into the scrimmages. And right there, you see that pitch down the middle, and he doesn't try to yank off and pull it. He's trying to stay up to the middle to the other way because the runners are at second and third, and just does a tremendous job to get us on the board and get that early lead.
UNA strikes first 2-0, but the lead would be short-lived as we move into the second inning. Ohio's going to answer very quickly in this one. And Chase Best, he got kind of rattled in the first inning. He's going to run into a little trouble here in the second inning, but it still didn't take away that he had a good outing.
Yeah, it really did. And, they're not – this is one of the things that Ohio going into it, I thought they did a really good job. They were struggling to score like we were after their first weekend. So we really thought this was going to be a battle of teams who could find a way to get on the board. And, they came out the first couple of innings barreling the ball and hitting it hard. And it kind of goes, well, this is Chase. We got to keep battling on there. And then we have a pass ball. So, again, now we get that lead, but we can't sustain the lead. And you're kind of disappointed with not being able to put a zero up after we put up runs. But, Chase is still coming out there throwing, attacking the zone. He got to pitch up in the zone. And, again, this is a little first game jitters. Misses a location, gets it up, and their kid takes advantage of it. And so they jump on us 3-2. But it also gave us an opportunity to see what we were going to do. How are we going to respond? And that was something that was going to be seen in the next inning. But, Chase, this is one of those things you got to understand with pitchers. It's really not what happens early in the game. It's what you do after they score a run. And I think this is a great example of how well, okay, he gave up the runs. He made a mistake. You can't do anything about it. Now the ball's in the zone. Now he's attacking there. And all of a sudden you can see his secondary pitches are getting refined. His fastball location is getting better. And he does exactly what you want to do. Okay, get out of the inning. Okay, he does the job, gets a strikeout, gets the ground ball. That's what you do. You don't go walk a guy, create more inning. He didn't. So I thought he showed a lot of maturity right there, and I think that was one of the changes we saw from last year this year. He didn't panic. He went out and did his job and did control what he did. So, now we got to come back and try to respond.
And here's Geronimo Miranda with a walk to open up the third. And, Coach, it just feels like it was a short season, but this is a young guy who just seemed to always come through when you needed him.
Yeah, he really did. He kind of stepped up when he was getting into play. Drew Hudson had some injuries and some sickness here. And then here again, we're putting him in motion. Now, Gerardo can run a little bit. And like we've said, going in the scouting report, we felt we could steal bases on him. So we're going to try to put everything in motion, put some pressure on him. And then here we come right here, making a play, forcing him to get in play, and then made him into a mistake. And I think part of that, the thing a lot of people don't understand, we preach about running hard all the time. When you're running hard all the time, it forces the infield to hurry a little bit. So because of that, we get guys in position and we get runners at second and third. And here again, Kevin just does a great job of getting that ball, moving the baseball up the middle, staying inside, again, getting the RBI. And that's really what we want to do is get that run in. And we not striking out, not getting in the field, but he was able to get that ball to the middle. So again, put us in position to tie it up. So we came back and tie it. Chase is coming back out on there, and now let's see if he settles in, and he does a great job from this point on.
Chase gives the offense a chance to get the lead back in the third. In the third inning, it was all Reed Homan.
Yeah, and here's another one. And you talk about young guys, you want to know how to play the game, watch Reed Homan play. This is a routine ground ball, but he's running 100%, full speed. The guy bobbles it. He beats it out. And then it enables to get us into our system. Okay, now we can steal second. So we've been able to do stuff without even moving the baseball and the guy at the plate really having to do anything. And Reed, we got kind of the green light on at third, and look at that, great movement, sees it, got an advantage, and now he's at third. Just like that, we're at third. We got a chance to take the lead. But that's that effort, playing hard. And he just really did that and really bought into what we're trying to do. And you never know when you get things happen. Now you bring up the guy that's been the best there, and there's Kiefer. What a great job of hitting right there. You see that pitch out over the plate. He's looking for something out over the plate. Pitches up out of the plate, and you can see his body tilt and go to that ball and get the barrel and do another great job of RBI. So, Holman and Kiefer right now making things happen. And there you can see that. Just look at those hands, stay back, stay inside, close, and really just drive the ball, not trying to do too much. Just, vintage hitting right there. Great job.
So North Alabama.
Then Colt coming up here. He's taking advantage, trying to get there. He's going to put the drag bunt on. A good idea right there, but you can see he didn't get the bat head out. Got the ball way back too much to the pitcher. He gets that down the line. It's a hit. But worst case scenario, at least we move the runner. We got a chance, but we're unable to get Kiefer in. But now you see Chase coming back out.
Chase Best really grooving, gets the strikeout in the fourth. 1-run lead for North Alabama. Coach, this is a tight ball game. You wanted to see how your team responded, and they really didn't let up here in the fourth inning.
They know they did. And Chase, you can see that slider, the confidence. You can see he now feels good. His location's good. They're struggling to get runs in. We get a lead guy on right here with Throneberry. I'm not sure I'm going to probably walk. There's a delay steal. And you get another opportunity here with Kevin. And again, I think you got to, again, compliment how hard our guys are playing. They knew we needed to do that win. They weren't pouting about it. Here's another infield ball, but Kevin just uses his speed, beats it out. Now we got some things happen. Runners at first and second. Tate comes up here, has a hit up the middle, had an opportunity to maybe score a run. But the thing what you find out here to take the lead is Grayson had been injured. He's not running real well. So it was a little risky to take a chance. So we felt with the opportunity who was coming up, especially behind Tate. This gave us the good part of our lineup to not take a chance of getting thrown out at the plate here, especially when we're still going to have runners that are the bases loaded. So they wonder why we get it. Well, it brings up Holman. When you got Reed Holman on deck, don't take a chance, let him in with bases loaded, and he's able to drive that ball deep to right field, an easy sac fly. Could have in the gap, that could have cleared the bases, but another great job of hitting by Holman. Both Holman and Kiefer just had really good bats in this game.
And then here's one that's going to drop down from Luke Harper to score another.
Yeah, and this is another good job. Like I said, our guys pretty much had that green light at second base to steal third. Kevin was stealing on the play, had a great jump, and we got lucky right there where he was able to stay on the ball and flare it, and it was able to drop. So we had all the momentum going and easily to score a run, and then able to take that lead, which we needed. But you can see right there, that ball is kind of away, just stays inside and placed perfectly. And when things are going good, you're going to have some breaks and some balls drop, and fortunately it did. But again, Chase coming out, tremendous. Go ahead.
The rest of the way, it was the pitching staff. Chase Best picked up his fourth strikeout. 5 innings, 4 strikeouts. The early trouble in the second inning. Nothing after that from Best, and Bryant Claunch, who's about to enter in the 6th.
Yeah, and you could see Chase was on the pitch count, so he was going to be coming out, but got those 5 innings. Just what a turnaround to finish out and get the 5th inning to bring us into obviously our best bullpen guy. You're very comfortable. We got a 3-run lead. You got the right guy in this situation. You know that he's going to come in and he's going to attack the zone. And even though you're talking about one of the awards he won was Mr. Clutch Award, so obviously we had the right guy in. And again, he's going to come in and throw strikes. And you can see Ohio still swinging the bat and letting our defense make plays. And I think that's one thing. Our defense was good last year. Made a lot of plays. That's a nice play. Then you're going to see probably one of the definitely plays of the game. And this is, people don't realize how hard that is. Go try to make that play. That's just Holman's athleticism right there. And just what he's developed, a guy that hadn't played shortstop until this year to come with that play. But that's also great communication on the left fielder to let him know to take it. And we worked on that and we talked about it. So I thought that was what was nice about the whole thing, is getting those guys to communicate. Just a great play by Reed to not give them any momentum and shut them down. And so now we got an opportunity to go late in the game in a 7-inning game with a good 3-run lead.
Coach, I'm going to run that one back again. The web gem from Reed Holman, you just broke it down, but just an unbelievable catch.
It is. And like I said, he didn't shy away from it. He went for it. He wasn't there. But again, you got to understand in that situation, there's 2 parts of that equation. That communication with the left fielder is important. And so we had great communication, let Reed know to take it so he's not worried about running into the guy. And then now you can see that Claunch is coming out. He can sense this wind. You can feel it there. He's getting the strikeout. He's attacking the zone. And Ohio, they're not going to – it's like anything. The teams are not in the Division I. They're not going to go down easy. So you still got to attack. You still got to make plays. They're still going to swing it. And here they come out and get a hit. So, they're still swinging and trying to get back on the board and get into the game.
Claunch is going to get the strikeout here to get the first win of the season for North Alabama. A 6-3 win over Ohio. Coach, a game we took the early lead, watched Ohio come back. Then we responded. Great pitching to finish. A great way to cap a doubleheader Saturday.
It really was, and it was really another complete game for us, one that we needed to play. If you put it together, Chase fights through some early problems, but settles down and really shuts them down the rest of the way. Clutch hitting, great defense. Again, no errors, 6 hits, and they all came. There's not a lot of hits, but look how many came with situation with runners in scoring position to get those runs. You know, there's 10 hits for both teams on the game, so it wasn't a lot of offense. So you had to take advantage, and we were able to do that. And just a good win for the guys, good win for the program, and we're trying to get some momentum going into the season, early part of the season, and so just a good game for us.
Coach, it was great reminiscing the win. Thanks for going into the film room with us on this Friday.
Yeah, it was. It's nice to see us win. So now we just, like I said, now it's time to get back and looking forward to seeing some more. But I appreciate you doing this again. Enjoy doing it. Enjoy seeing some of the baseball that we encountered last year. And now we're just waiting for some more.